'Tis I, Brandon Rosa, member of Foreplay, leader supreme, Captain Crunch,
Look like a
the
shepherd.
man in charge. Like a shepherd. For the audio listeners, I'm wearing a poncho. Yeah, if you ask me why are you wearing a poncho, Brandon, I would not have an answer. Nick, why are you wearing a Fallout shirt?
I throw on the top layer of clothes in my drawer.
Every day?
So whatever I pull out, whatever's on top.
You don't pick?
I'll
Whatever's
pick.
on top?
No.
Does your mom pick?
No, I go into my drawer, I open it up. First shirt I see on my back.
That's
First pair of
Wait,
pants I see
wait,
on my legs.
wait. So there is like unseen shirts at the bottom of your drawer.
There's many
right?
shirts that haven't moved in
yeah,
a long
no,
time.
that's how I am too.
Huh.
There's so many stuff.
I
So
mean,
much
well,
stuff
there's a
in it.
lot in my closet too, but it's just they just don't fit me anymore, and I just haven't gotten like donated.
You
them or
got to do the
Sure.
t-shirt cleanse. I have to
Yeah,
do that an
yeah,
awful
yeah.
lot.
I've needed to do that for like years now.
Well, you wear long sleeves too, though, right? Sometimes in the winter. You dabble
Yeah,
in a long
most
sleeve.
people, like most
No,
humans.
I don't wear long sleeves.
I don't wear long sleeves
I
either.
wear t-shirts all year
Yep,
round
yep.
and sweatshirts and then a jacket.
Not
over that.
even
Do you feel
t-shirts all year round.
restricted?
Yeah,
No,
what's your
honestly.
beef against
My
the
beef
long
is-
I
sleeve?
cook.
No,
What's your Kobe beef?
I
You don't-
bake.
you don't cook. Is that I don't fit. Long sleeves don't fit me. Jackets don't fit me.
What
My
do you
arms,
mean?
my arms are too long.
Yeah, but then just get the.
I can't find anything large and tall. Nothing good.
Get the three-quarter.
and
Get the
tall.
three-quarter sleeves.
No.
They're like looser. They're like looser. You know.
No, nothing fits right. That's my problem.
Okay.
T-shirts fit me good.
For me, I get too hot, and every piece of fabric I can minimize. I could do that, but then why would I wear that? Why not just wear a t-shirt at that point?
Because you could be warm sometimes. And
I'm very, very.
The only thing I
very
hate is
rarely
once
cold.
you commit to rolling up the long sleeve, you like
It's over.
the cuff gets all loose
Yeah.
and shit, so you can't even pull it back down at that point because then it's just all loose around your
It's all
wrist.
And
fucked.
wrinkled from the elbow
So
down.
once
I don't
you
have a problem. with
once you commit to the roll up, you gotta stick with
That's
it.
it.
Maybe it's just I don't have the guns. You know, so like it doesn't get.
Well, no,
stretched
it's-
out.
At
No,
no
it's
point
just-
did I
no,
say
I know.
anything having
I
to
know.
do
The
with guns.
flexion
I know,
of your
I'm kidding.
elbow just fucks with it.
I was trying to figure out how to get it into screen, but I couldn't figure out the right direction. That's Nick over there. Whoa.
Your albino
Hey, everybody.
Cannons.
My albino canons, our resident scientist,
It's an honor and pleasure to be here.
our social
You
media.
look a lot lighter than the last time I saw you, like weight wise.
That's good. I've been getting chubby, so I've been trying to cut down. Minus
Right.
sans the.
Like I'm talking about like 100 pounds.
Okay.
I like what you did there, Mike. Nick has no idea what happened
Well,
last
Not
week.
a, not a clue what happened, honestly.
The man interrogating Nick over there is the Matador Mike.
The Matador.
Toro.
Good to be. And that Toro came from our social media savant, Kevin.
Savant. I like the word.
I like the word too. Nick.
Speaking of which, I haven't done it today, so
I'm sorry. I gotta bring it up. I literally smell ramen noodles.
Why do you smell ramen noodles?
What do you think?
Okay. Nick, how do you shower?
How do I shower? Okay. I take a top-down approach. All right.
He's on
that's
it
the
so
only way
far.
to do it.
I take a top-down approach. First thing you do, wash your hair. No reason to
Right.
do anything else because otherwise you're just going to have like dirty soap water coming down your body before, like, if you
Yeah.
rub your body. So top down, hair, back of the ears. Very important to get the back of the ears. No one gets the back of the ears. Scratch the back of the ear right now.
Say back of the year one more
There's a
time.
lot
I'm
of
gonna knock
gunk
you out.
back there.
Scratch and sniff. Freaking gross. Same idea with the floss.
Guy ain't sniffing.
Well, that's how you check if you smell bad, right? You use
Right.
your sensory.
Smell your dental floss.
Scratch your junk, smell it.
Yeah.
Every time.
And then, so I use the shampoo. Depending on what I'm doing that day, if I'm going to shave or whatever, this process is a little bit different because I shave.
Shave
I shave in
before
the shower. No, I shave in the shower.
How do
So-
you do that?
Is there a mirror?
No,
yeah,
I
do you
just
have a mirror?
I shave 95% and then I clean up when I get out. Like I dab
What
up
I
the
was
last little bits.
researching in my mind's eye the other night is that I think I want to invest in the mirror shower that doesn't fog because I think I want to
Not
start
a bad
shaving
idea.
in the
Yeah.
shower
Like that.
because it's such a fucking mess,
Yeah.
in the sink and the shower.
That's what I
it just
mean.
comes
Yeah, the
everywhere.
shower. That's why I do it. That's why I do it in the shower.
Well, I mean, you're
It's much more
eventually
efficient.
gonna clog your shower drain too.
Not with my hair.
I don't have
I don't have
hairs
No,
like you.
what I do, and it's a pretty nifty tool.
That's enough.
the way my shower is set up, it's set up so that we have a full-on a curtain that runs all the way like I don't know how to describe this.
It's rounded. It goes around around a bathtub.
Yeah, so it's
not just a straight
so
shot.
I'm able to undo the curtain at a certain point, and then the mirror over my sink folds out, so I'm standing in my tub
looking at
a mirror.
Oh, that's cool.
So I'm
That's
just
fancy.
standing in there,
That is
and
fancy.
I shave it up, and then
And
I
you're
clean
good.
up all my bits before I
Yep.
turn the shower on, so
Mhm.
nothing goes down the drain. Throw it all in the garbage. Leave for whoever goes in the bathroom after me. There's just a mess of
See
hair.
a nice little cat down there.
But yeah.
All right, so you're shaving, your soap,
Yeah.
shampoos.
I'll, with the shampoo, I'll wash my forehead, my eyebrow. Like I'll rub my eyebrows. I'll get in my eyes, like nice and good. You got to get it all. Get it all the face, all that good stuff. Here, perch my lips, go all over the nose, the little crevices because I have a big nose. Then then my neck as well. I'll get my neck with that as well. I mean, more so the front with the shampoo. I'm literally going through this while mentally picturing myself showering. So I'll get the front of my neck with the shampoo. Rinse. Take my soap, whether it's hand soap, like the bars, or the shower gel, whatever. Doesn't matter what I'm using. Start back of the neck, over the shoulder, get the back, all that good stuff. Up and down the arm, biceps and triceps, inside elbow, top of the hand, under the hand, armpit, side. A lot of people miss that little area in between your armpit and chest. Because you might just do the straight armpit, but there's a little region right there that people neglect in between your chest.
You're neglecting your mic.
I am neglecting my mic because I'm doing all these physical motions. You're right.
Now, I'll tell you right now, I asked this question last week, which
Yes.
is why you haven't seen last week's episode.
Yes.
And you have already taken more time to tell your tale than it took all 4 members at the party.
It's because
Tell their
I'm
tale.
very, very
Thorough.
nitpicky and thorough about my hygiene.
Okay, so proceed.
So, all that around the nipples. You guys know I hate that.
Areola.
The areola, thank you.
But never make contact.
No,
That
my-
nipple is filthy.
Yeah.
No, I do make contact, but I have a method about doing that where I cover half the nipple,
Oh.
making sure the tip
Are you fucking kidding
making
me?
sure the tip is covered because the tip's the most sensitive part. Watch that side.
You even can't touch it?
It's terrible. You don't understand.
So the tip of your nipple is the dirtiest thing in the world.
Not the
right now.
dirtiest. No. I do
I have
get it.
so many things that I have to mute myself because they're too explicit to say right now. But my God, Nick.
Why is it that you avoid?
It doesn't feel good. It literally sends
It feels nothing.
to you guys.
Just, I don't know.
It's skin.
I don't know why I was born with these sensitive nipples. It wasn't my choice.
What would you do?
Here.
What would you do if someone started to go down on you and they just nibbled on your nipple a little
I'd
bit?
freak out. I would freak out. I would literally freak out. I've been with Rachel before.
It would be like the 40-year-old virgin scene where he kicks the girl
I-
in the nose.
It very
Starts
well could
bleeding.
happen. It very well could happen.
So ladies out there, start taking some notes.
No.
Do not approach him
So
at the nipple.
I've been with Rachel before, and we've been, kissing and whatnot. And her hand has gone on my chest, and it has made contact. And I flinch back. I pull back.
Nick, are you okay?
And I have to cover myself.
Are you
No,
having a seizure?
we're at the point now where she understands that that's the case.
Obviously.
Strike me like
Yeah.
that or I'll strike you.
No, I never with her. I never get mad. It doesn't trigger that way because one, I know her intention isn't to anger me or frustrate me,
You don't
and
know.
two, it's usually like a graze over. It's fast.
Do you have a swift karate chop motion as soon as it happens?
Yeah, literally,
where
my hand goes right there. I have to cover myself, and I start giggling like an idiot. And I get so mad at myself. It doesn't feel good, and I'm laughing because I'm panicking. You know what I mean?
I just can't get over the fact that
Yeah.
you have
At
to
work-
cover half your nipple
work,
in the
I-
shower.
at work, I bumped into a counter. It was filing cabinet. I bumped into it on the left side, and I was in a meeting with my boss and all these other people, and I just had my hand over my freaking nipple, my hand over my mouth. I'm chuckling, laughing. I'm so glad no one asked me about it because I don't know what I would have said, honestly. This was last week, actually.
Nick,
What would
Nick,
wait,
I don't.
What would you do?
I don't know what to
What would
say.
you do if you were strapped down and someone had those
Oh, the
Clamps?
spinners.
no the fucking what they use for what pregnant women use when they're
Oh
not
my God,
breastfeeding,
no.
But they milk them.
I know what
Oh
you're
my
saying.
God.
No,
Suction cups.
no. No, I would shut down. I would go
You would
into.
lose your shit.
I'd go into a berserk rage. There'd be murder,
Oh
likely.
my goodness.
Anyways, proceeding because we're talking about showering. We're not talking about my nipples. So
Well, I mean, you cover half your
I
nipple when you shower. so.
proceed. I have a protruding chest to some extent, so there's a nice little crevice underneath there. Get that nice and good. Get the center of the xiphoid process to the Howard sternum.
Fuck off. God, I hate
I get
you.
all of it. I get the upper clavicle. Get the back of my neck if I didn't get it already.
Yeah, you got that already.
I probably got it already, but just in case. Other arm and shoulder.
You know, you don't have to touch yourself while you're explaining
It's how I
this.
remember. Armpit in between the chest area. Side of, like,
Can we
from
not
the
do
lats.
below the waist?
For those of for those of you listening, he's now doing the other side of his body. You've already heard this armpit and crevice thing. He's now on the other arm.
Half nipple scrub, no tip.
yep.
Off the Zimphoid necromorph.
So we're now
You got
working.
it.
Howard Stern.
We're now working down the right side of his body.
Thank you for the synopsis.
Floop.
Then I washed my love handles, all that good area, the tummy, inside the belly button, of course. Can't neglect that.
Did he do the right job?
Yes.
You don't even need me to proceed.
I don't want. We have spent literally 14 minutes listening to Nick talk about his hairy
so
nipples.
far, your shower is 14 minutes long.
No,
How long
I,
do you-
I don't, because I'm not explaining all this. I'm just doing it.
How-
I picture you explaining to yourself.
All right, so I gotta do
Remember,
this.
Nick?
Then this.
No,
Nick,
No.
I'll allow it.
I shower very thoroughly.
I'll allow you to
Very-
shower like you're
Thoroughly.
doing.
Very.
But that's the only
Thoroughly.
reason I imagine that, because it's like, I feel like I do the same thing, but I didn't explain it like that, so it's just like, I just imagine you naming everything.
No.
The crevice.
I just.
Half the nipple.
I give good detail. I'm a good storyteller with that respect. You definitely will not have a mental picture of what is going on. So yeah.
Yeah, read a book.
Well, if you stumbled here and you're still listening for some reason, this is the
Why not?
Foreplay Podcast. Mondays, when we're not talking about Nick's hairy nipples, Mondays
are
you'll get the
hairy.
foreplay for the topics. That week, Tuesday is talk time. Wednesday is for Would You Rather. Thursday is Do You Know? Oh, that is
There it
just
is.
filthy. For audio listeners, he showed his nipple to the camera. Fridays,
Areola.
the audio
Maybe
file
I'll-
will go live on iTunes, Google Play Music. You can subscribe to those, and then on YouTube at youtube.com/4play video, where all of our stuff goes up.
When do we launch on YouPorn?
Whenever you're ready to let us touch your nipples. How much money does it take to get one of us to just squeeze them for at least 35 seconds?
Oh
You
my
seem
God.
excited about this.
No.
Ooh,
That's-
50
Yeah,
cents.
no,
No.
that is a literal panic. That is the thought of that happening freaks me out.
All right.
Let's try right now.
No, if you touch me, I'll punch you.
All
I
right.
did one time. Mike got shocked because he didn't realize I had
'cause
the
didn't
nipple,
know, yeah.
and I swung.
It was at McDonald's.
It wasn't McDonald's.
Before we spend 45 minutes on your nipples, more or less than 500,000 for 35 seconds of nipple pinching.
35 seconds.
Quick, you have 3 seconds. 3,
It's a long
2,
35 seconds.
1.
I'd have to say 500,000 would at least. I would say yes at 500,000.
All right, easy.
What?
Kevin,
Yeah,
tease us our
35
topics.
Nothing lower than that?
I'm not saying nothing
Like
lower than that.
$1,000?
No, we can't- we-
$100?
We
I'm
can't
just
possibly
saying at
spend much
least.
more time on this. I
Yeah,
can't listen to
agree,
Nick's
I
nipples.
agree.
Okay.
Kevin, tease us topics.
Talk time will have to do with a little bit of pain.
Oh,
A little
Perfect.
dire. You know. The would you rather has to do with your mind and the ability to do something.
Okay.
teleport
And the do you know has to do with survival.
of the fittest.
Arc.
No, we don't speak about arc. We
Also,
said
before we get
don't
into
talk
these topics, Nick, I need to update you on something.
about- Uh-oh. I don't know where this is going.
Last week, Rosa made 2 mistakes speaking.
Okay. Oh, this
One.
is important.
Uh-oh.
One, he thought that bowel movement, it was pronounced valve movement.
Not,
like
I'm not sure why it came out of my
valve,
mouth.
like valve, like a.
Just, yeah,
But
just
with a
bowel.
with a
Yeah,
B.
but with a B.
And then,
Oh, you know what? That doesn't surprise me.
and then the log flume came up.
It was a
Don't
log
ask.
fume.
Don't ask.
the
It
log.
was a
he
log
called it the-
fume.
And he called it the log fume.
It was. It's a flume?
Yeah,
It's
flume.
a flume.
All right, that's
If
it.
you're out there, go watch your Resident Spy Kids, and we'll come back with Talk
What does that
Time.
even mean?
Floop. Bye. Talk time, Kevin. Talk about it.
What is the most pain you've ever felt?
The first
Easy.
day I laid
Penis
my
in
eyes
my
on
butt.
Nick. Oh my god.
Jeez Louise.
The first time Nick got a penis in his butt? Is that what was combined there?
Yeah.
Nick? Why did you say easy?
Easy.
No, yeah. Go
I
ahead.
actually it's a tie. Two events, separate occurrences. One, a dreaded
Nipple
occurrence that could only occur in males. When
Boomerang.
sexually aroused, the body.
Blue balls.
Yes, I was gonna give a more elaborate explanation into it, but yes.
I was not expecting that answer.
First time, back in the day, Nick was a wee lad. I was, the girl. We were on a date. We didn't do anything, but we were together. I was aroused, of course, because, this is prepubescent Nicolosito.
I don't know if you could say prepubescent because you had hair in
That's true. I guess can't.
Third
I
grade.
guess I would call it. I would call it mid-pubescent Nicolosito, and nothing happened. Nothing happened that would make any normal person think that there was going to be ejaculation in the coming events. But
The coming events.
Get it?
my body decided to say, "Hey, why the hell does not happen for no reason?" Right? So I'm driving home. All of a sudden, sharp pain hits out of nowhere. I just feel like pain from my testicles to my upper stomach. I have no idea what's going on. I'm
You
literally
might have
freaking
testicle
out.
cancer.
This was 9-10 years ago. If I had it,
You might have beat it.
His body fought it off himself.
that's the only thing that could happen if that was the
Because you're a
case.
scientist, you're around radiation all
He
the time.
might have
So.
beat it.
So you're telling me that was tied for the most pain you've ever felt?
Tied for the most
Never
pain.
once felt that pain.
It was
Occur.
prior to that moment and post that moment. I've had it occur more times, but that first moment was the worst that I ever had.
Don't know what that
the
feels
other
like.
one,
There's
giant mosquito
there's
is
a
back.
giant mosquito that terrorizes the 4Play podcast as it flies around on our lights. And Nick's scared of bugs.
I'm not
so-
scared of bugs. I just don't want them to land on me.
Why?
It doesn't bother me on
He's
his
gr-
own,
he's
but I'm gonna
gross
freak
looking.
out if I hear.
He's
Oh.
far away.
It could be a ladybug, and if I just hear, I'm losing my mind.
I think that's everybody.
Anyways,
Proceed.
sorry. So that was tied for number one. Other moment, I had a very, very terrible stomach ache. Like, it sounds
Fell
juvenile.
Fell off your tricycle.
It sounds juvenile.
That's
sounds
tummy
juvenile. But I literally, I thought I was on my deathbed. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, maybe honestly, some of like the worst pains I've ever had was probably just like having the worst diarrhea, but having to hold it in. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly, yeah.
Just like that kind
Watch
of
out.
shit. Yeah.
These
It's a bug.
fuck are these
yeah,
bugs?
but it's a mosquito, like a little one of the
But
ones
yeah,
that bite.
those are some like the horrible pains.
In
Yeah.
the moment, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in the moment. Yeah.
But that's what I
Yeah.
mean.
This is like
That's
it fucking
Oh.
in the end ended up being nothing, but it was definitely like up there in the worst.
Look, he's all fucked.
Torch, Mike, you want to show the camera your thumb as you Mike's one of his most pain was that
That
for
right
video
there.
listeners, his thumb has a small
abscess.
abscess
I don't know
growth
if that's actually
the size of
the
a
right
small volleyball on top of his
Right.
thumb.
Well, it doesn't really look like much on camera, but when it first happened, I thought it was fucking like fractured, and then turns out that the pain was because there was so much pressure built up that like you couldn't really see it on camera, but there's so much pressure built up that the pressure pushed my nail up so hard that it actually bent my nail because
Oh, so that's
that
your
part-
original
Look,
nail?
yeah, look. That
Oh
part
my god.
bent that much under my skin.
So
because of
basic-
how much pressure was pushing on it.
For those who can't see or are listening, cut your nail in half and raised one half of it like a quarter of an inch, and that's Michael's thumb.
Pretty sketchy.
And, like, I didn't. That's the reason why I thought it was more than just like a sprain. 'Cause
No.
it was just fucking retarded amount of pain.
I have 2 stories for my pain. One of them very recently, which we discussed. When I got my eye surgery, those 3 days after were easily the worst 3 consecutive days of my entire life. There was no escape the pain. And yeah, that was just awful, but I already told that story. Story comes to mind is in the great land of England.
Yeah, they
Or
kidney
Ireland
stones
or
the
Wales.
size of a grapefruit.
No, I don't ever want to have kidney stones. That
Hopefully
sounds.
not.
that's
yeah.
definitely
Horrifying.
My dad's like worst.
I can imagine. That's what I hear from most adult
Yeah.
males. But I went to England, Ireland, and Wales for 20 days as a student ambassador. And we were in England staying at like a college or something like that. So it was pouring rain, so I was like, I'm going to take my friend's hat off. And then I'm going to go run away while he chases me. So I turned on rocks and ate shit. And my knee is just like gushing blood. So like me and my 2 friends, like we go back to my room. And we're trying to like tend to my knee and like wrap it up. We don't want to tell the counselors because we were being dumb kids. And all of a sudden my buddy goes, dude, look at your elbow. And it was like a giant like hole like in my arm. I was like, this is not good. And my buddy was like, dude, put Listerine on it. It'll clean it out. I was like, no.
Ew, what the fuck?
So we go to talk to the counselor that we all hated. Her name was like Miss Cummings or something, but we just called her Cum Dumpster as we middle school children. I was like, Miss Cummings, look at my, I'm banged up here. She's like, oh, okay, here you go. Doesn't tell the head counselor, gives me like 5 Band-Aids. So I was like,
Pat yourself up.
yeah. So I was like, okay. So I
Rub
wiped
some
them
dirt in
down and I covered my thing in Band-Aids. Now my knee is like fine, but I leave the Band-Aids on my arm because it was kind of hurting. Roughly 4 to 5 days later, we get to a swamp, like farm thing. So we're like like elbow deep in like mud and stuff.
He's got shit all in your cut.
So we're in like a fucking what are those things where you go on like the hayride? A tractor or whatever?
yeah.
Yeah. Getting pulled back to the farm. We made some Irish soda bread. Mine
Sure
wasn't
it's not
very
a
good.
Travter.
No. And and my friend on the trip was like, pull that Band-Aid off. You won't do it because they were kind of like all one congealed Band-Aid at this point. I was like, I could do it. I rip it off and it's just a circle of green infection, like deep. And it's just green and covered in mud. So the head counselor was a nurse back home and he was like, that is not good
at all.
I stick my arm in antiseptic, don't feel anything. Like they're like, you should feel that. That should be doing something. It does nothing. So he had to take gauze and scrape the infection out of my borderline hole in my arm. And I still kind of have it, but it's hard to see. And there's a scar on my arm.
So did you sue that teacher that gave you the 5 Band-Aids?
Cum Dumpster? No, we just continue to call her that bad name for the rest of the trip.
I feel like that is partially your fault for
100%.
waiting and shit.
Well,
I mean, you
no,
were
it was
in middle
infected.
school, though,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, but the
It was
mud
infected
didn't.
before
Yeah,
that.
the mud didn't do it. It was just I didn't put any antiseptic on it
Yeah,
after
yeah.
the cut.
The bitch gave him 5 Band-Aids.
I should have listened to my friend who said put Listerine on it.
No. I
It
mean,
would have burned, but at least it's an
yeah,
antiseptic,
I mean,
right,
but
Nick?
there's not that much
Well,
alcohol in Listerine.
it-
There's more shit in it that would probably fucking...
It also depends what type you're using exactly.
Well, yeah, that's what... But most Listerine is like...
I
that
would
you're
say no.
using now is like there's more
Yeah.
bullshit
Yeah,
in
I
it
would
than
say no.
alcohol.
It's a last ditch effort, better than nothing.
It would have
Well,
probably
yeah,
been
yeah,
better than
yeah,
me doing
that's
nothing.
Definitely not antiseptic by any means.
So that was quite awful. Kevin, do you have a pain story?
I have quite an injury history.
Do you? Oh, you do. Yes.
Yeah, no. I was when I was an infant. Well, not infant, but I was a child. I like to try to escape from my crib. So I tried to do when you're jumping like a fence and you jump and you got your legs kind of go up in the air at one point.
Yeah.
I'm a child. I lean over my crib. I do that. My arm gets stuck in the thing and wrist
and the
breaks.
bars.
Yeah,
Oh,
wrist breaks as a young kid.
Fragile
So I'm a little
child.
kid with a cast. I'm like,
really? Still, have never broken a bone in my life.
When was this? I remember you had a red cast.
that was 5th grade when
That
I
was
broke
5th
my
grade.
thumb.
Okay. I remember that. I remember that.
And I'm relatively fine for a little while. 3rd grade comes around, and I start feeling like this weird like pain in my right leg. And it's sort of just, I was like dealing with it. And then it reached a point where I was like, all right, I should probably tell my mom about this or whoever. I'm like, Ma, I got this pain in my leg. It's starting to, bother me. She's like, oh, and rightfully so, because kids deal with this. Oh, it's just growing pains.
Yeah.
Deal with it. I was like, all right, fine. And then I reached a point where I like couldn't walk on it anymore. So we went to the doctor, and I actually had a bone cyst on my tibia.
What grade was this?
3rd grade.
Oh my
so
God.
I had to have surgery. Luckily,
I didn't know you had surgery.
Yeah.
my parents didn't. I still have the scar. I think. My parents didn't know that there was even a risk that it could have.
That could have
it was a
happened, yeah.
cyst or anything. So the doctors come out after I have the tests and everything done, and they're like, "Oh, don't worry, it's benign." And like my parents almost fell to the floor. They were like, there was a chance
that it could have been.
Nuts.
Yeah.
So I had that removed in 3rd grade. 5th grade, broke my thumb playing kickball. I went to go pick up the ball, and
Someone
kicked
kicked
you?
it. Yeah.
a girl.
Oh my gosh, I remember this.
What
Entirely.
could happen if it's like a
Cancerous.
cancer.
Yeah.
If it's, yeah.
Yeah, so they filled in. So what they did was they had to go in and scrape out.
yeah,
So
Oof.
there was like a little hole in my bone, and they filled it in with bone chips,
Damn.
bone chip.
and they're
Bone
still
chips.
holding up to this day. So
Still
technology
strong, staying
works.
strong.
But 5th grade broke the thumb. That was fun.
Got all the signatures though.
7th grade, I bruised and lacerated my left kidney.
Oh my God. How did you do? I don't know that you had this injury history.
Playing, it was in Pop Warner football. It was it was just a normal tackle, but
Wait, you fell?
the guy was tackling, sort of like his legs sort of dragged behind him, and his foot was, so say this is his heel. So his foot's in the ground and his heel is right here, and my side just like landed on the back of his foot,
Oh,
right in my
God.
kidney.
Terrible.
So I went through the rest of the practice. I had a little pain, but I was like, whatever. I don't want to be a pussy.
I'm okay.
So I finished the practice,
football
then
practice,
I
I'm
get
alright.
home, and I go to the bathroom like I normally do, and it's tea-colored.
Oh, no.
So I'm like, oh, shit, there's fucking blood in my piss. So I was like, hey, Ma,
Got a problem here.
it's not supposed to look like this. So then hospital, I'm just, and there's nothing really you could do but rest for it. So I was laid up in a hospital bed for 5 days, and that was it.
Damn. I've never spent a night in a hospital.
The next year, I broke my clavicle, which was not fun. I wouldn't wish that upon
Question:
anybody.
do you drink milk?
I drank a lot of milk.
Well, okay.
You're just accident prone.
Nah. Well, my excuse is that I never broke a bone is that I love milk, but I guess that doesn't hold true.
Yeah, broke my clavicle, which technically it was fractured, which is even worse because then it's like on the fringe, so you can't even like move it. That was just a brutal pain.
To interject, I don't
Really?
like to give Mike any compliments because I don't like him most of the time. But I thought he was a fucking man one day. We were outside my house playing Kill the Man with the Ball, and one of our friends decided to judo throw Mike over his shoulder when Mike was a little tinier, a little toy, like a tiger. Threw him over his shoulder, broke his clavicle in the front yard, and Mike was just like, he like got up. I was just like, no. I broke my. I still remember. You instantly got up. I broke my collarbone. I was like, what does that mean? He's like, I broke my collarbone. And I called your parents, and you didn't cry. You didn't fucking shed a tear. You were just like done. You were just like
Stonewall.
over it. I would have been crying like a little bitch.
I remember going in like your dad's house though, and like you're just like, you don't like your face is blue right now. You do not look good.
No,
Like,
I
was
remember.
just, like,
You were
dripping
changing.
sweat.
Yeah, you were changed color, but you were like just like you looked almost dead.
No, but that was the weirdest thing about it because you said you almost like you fractured it though, right? Because mine was just like a clean break, and it literally like it only felt like I knocked like the wind out of me at first, and that's all I felt. And then the only time that like I actually felt pain was like later on in the healing process. It was like really fucking weird.
Dude, it sucked the whole time.
The entire time
Because Matt fractured his collarbone really bad, and he said that was the worst pain he's ever had. Like he had to get surgery on it.
The fracture.
And the worst part about that was you'd like if I was in the shower, I'd forget about it, and then I'd go to like reach for a bottle of soap, and you feel it like slide, and it's just
it
like
feels normal at first, right? Like for
Until
a
you
while
move it
when
a
it's
certain
healing,
way.
yeah. it feels normal because that's what happened to me. I was like, we were in high school, right?
This could,
or was it middle school?
It might have been like, I think it might have been end of middle
Or
school,
it might have
honestly.
been freshman year.
Yeah.
But I think it was definitely freshman year. But no shit, that was middle school.
Yeah, because I think we started to not hang out as much in high school.
Yeah, that was middle school. But anyway, I remember it was healing, and I was in gym class, and like it was like pretty far along in the healing process, but it wasn't fully healed yet. And I like figured like I was good, like people were playing basketball. So I just walked up, got the ball, went to go shoot, and like the second I like raised my arm in that quick like jerk of shooting, it just like the worst sharp pain ever right there.
Wait, so Kevin, you held your left arm. Was it your left one too?
My left, yeah.
And you're a lefty, and Mike, it was your right too, right? Both your. I want to say it was your right. Yeah,
they're right. You could. You
Still
have like a bulb on yours.
I used to. It's gone now.
Yeah, mine's not as big, but it's.
Yeah, you used to because the way it heals, it just heals in like a wad of bone around the wherever it happened.
Yeah, it heals back stronger than what it was. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, so I'll keep going here.
You have more? Oh man!
After senior year of high school,
I remember
there was like a football all-star game or whatever. So I was playing in that, and we were practicing. It was like it was like the second to last practice before we actually played the game. And I just went up to defend. I was playing cornerback. It was just a normal play. Came down, just landed like a little awkward. It was nothing crazy. My leg kind of twisted. I felt like a little pain, but nothing really. So I finished that practice, whatever, got home, woke up the next day, and I couldn't fucking walk. And I had no idea what it was, yada, yada, yada. Tried to play in the game. And then I find out after the game and everything that I had broken my fibula, which is like that thin bone on the outside of your leg.
It's like your calf bone almost.
Yeah, so it's really not. It's not a major break because like you could sort of move around.
It's still
it hurt, but
I thought this was your nose thing.
No, that was after my freshman year of college. I came back after my freshman year of college, and my uncle plays in like one of those Sunday weekend warrior like football rough touch leagues, and he needed another guy to play, and I was like, oh, I'm young and spry, I'll go play with all the old guys. So again, I'm at cornerback, and
you're crushing it.
The receiver ran a slant, so in other words, he's running back in towards where all the people
center
are.
field.
I'm trailing the guy, and my middle linebacker was running out towards the guy.
Connect.
The ball comes. I deflect the pass. My middle linebacker's head comes flying directly into my face. Nose snaps. This is what I'm getting to. This long-winded way of getting to the single worst pain I've ever felt.
The septum
is taking a full speed. No, broken nose. A full speed head, dome of somebody's head, directly to your face.
Oh, did you instantly just start tearing and crying?
Well, I wasn't.
You have
crying,
to, right?
But
right, you tear.
Yeah, you're going to tear.
That's always it's the same thing as crying. Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, so he's not. Yeah,
he's not whimpering.
Your vision just goes straight black when it happened.
Yeah, you're kind of shocked, and then I sort of open my eyes, and I'm bleeding like all over the place. And then so they moved me to the side, or I think they called an ambulance. Someone did, but the ambulance comes, and my uncle was telling me, he's like, you don't want to go with them. We'll take you somewhere after all this. You don't want to get in the. So the two people from the ambulance come out, and they start fiddling with my nose. And meanwhile, while they're doing this, everything just goes completely white.
Oh my god!
And I can't see them at all. Everything's white, and I'm like, and they're asking me questions. They're like, "Are you good?" I'm like, "Yeah, everything's fine."
Oh.
But then, it was just.
That's the single worst.
Yeah, and like I still have the deviated septum, but I won't go back and have it done because I don't want people touching my face. It just sucks.
Dude, when you were telling that story, I was making weird faces just because
you broke a nose once.
Yeah, when I was playing like a pickup soccer game.
We were all there.
We were all there. Yeah,
that was Zach.
Were you there?
Oh, yeah, it was Zach.
Yeah.
Were you there, guy?
Zach broke his nose.
Yeah,
exactly.
Mike broke it.
I didn't break it.
Well, you guys. It
was bad.
Mike and our friend went up for a header,
He
and
broke his nose on my head. But yeah, we went up for a header. I went up it's pretty much basically I went up early, he went up late.
And he was above you.
And wait, yeah.
Yeah.
No, so he went up early, I went up late.
Same
Yeah,
so
because
he
then
was
he's
up,
coming down.
he was on his way down, and I went up.
So you hit him from
And-
underneath?
Yes, I hit him from underneath.
That's so
His
dangerous.
Ugh.
his nose hit the side of my head as I was going up, and he was coming down, and like I literally felt the fucking brake on my on my head, and it was just the nastiest feeling. And like when you were telling that story, I was just like making weird
Thinking it,
faces
yeah.
because I just like
Remember
it reminds me
feeling
of
that.
feeling of like something hitting and then just giving.
Oh.
It was just, ugh.
Yeah,
No.
just the thought, like I could still, like when I think about it, just thinking about that dude full speed at my face.
Oh my god.
And
sucked.
everybody on like close to us, like you heard the sound too. Like it was just
It was brutal.
Knock on wood, I've been so lucky with all that stuff. The only time I was ever in a hospital is when I had a bad tick bite one time. I don't flinch for shit.
you got Lyme disease.
No, they thought I had either Lyme's or Rocky Mountain virus, but it wasn't
Fuck
anything.
is Rocky Mountain virus?
It was some like weird strain of tick thing. This is like 15
Like
years
Zika?
ago. Yeah. But nah, I've been lucky. But wow, Kevin, I didn't know your
Yeah, here's a history.
your injury
yeah, so
history.
every time, like every time you go to like a new doctor or something, they ask for all your.
Oh
my mom
man,
would literally lose it.
the laundry
like,
list?
Well, yeah, growing up, she'd be like, "Oh, here we go."
Well, like if I was to talk about like when I was younger, I can't really remember the pain, but I just know it was definitely really bad. But like I fucking like split the entire like bottom of my foot open when I was like 6 years old at like a 4th of July party. I don't know what was on the ground, like a nail or a piece of glass or something, but the whole like bottom of my foot was split open. It like looked like a fillet because I was in and out of like a kiddie pool, so like my feet were all pruned. My dad said. So it literally
It's
like
an
there was
easy
no
slice.
blood. He said it was just filleted. And we go to the ER, go to the hospital ER. He's about to like stitch me up. They start like putting the numbing shots in my feet.
Yeah.
My dad said they didn't put enough because like he's going, and then like by like the third stitch, he said I was just like flailing around, like screaming at the top. Of
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah.
So like I don't remember it. I don't know if it's just because I felt that much pain or whatever that it just like blocked out. But
My one constant pain I've had to deal with is I haven't done it in like 2 years now. I had like I think they count like 14 ingrown toenails removed.
Those are the worst.
yeah.
And my dad
Yeah.
went once and he was like, I don't know how the fuck you've done this so many times. He was in so much pain. 'Cause-
Yeah.
Supposedly, if you cut like a little triangle in your toenail, supposedly it grows back like to
yeah.
the cut.
Well, my thing
or
is they
something.
killed the roots of my nails, so I haven't had that problem anymore. I went one time when I didn't. I was like, I want you to numb both the toes up, kill all the roots, so I don't have to deal with
What
this
do you mean
anymore.
kill the roots? What does that do?
They put like a numbing thing so that like the ends don't grow. Like it doesn't like the toenail doesn't grow on the sides. I think that's the point. But each time I got a toenail removed, they ice it with freezing cold like spray, so you get like a frostbite, and then they have to stick the needles in all over, and that is
Yeah.
just so uncomfortable. And he's got to twist it out.
I
And
didn't-
it's just so it's not like strong pain. It's just so
I've been like on the
uncomfortable.
fringe of like getting an ingrown toenail, and I just
Rip it.
I'm just
Yeah.
like, fuck
Yeah, you
this. I'm
gotta-
not letting it
Yeah.
happen.
No, it's terrible.
It's bad.
It
But
sucks.
That's what
They didn't
that's
freeze
how it's been
mine.
for me, too.
well, that's why I like this podcast, because we all learn more about each other that we didn't know. And
That was a
hopefully,
long-ass one.
yeah,
That was.
hopefully you liked learning a little bit about our pain in life. My constant pain is every time we record, I have to look at Nick, and he makes winky
There you
faces
go.
at me, and it hurts.
Yeah.
Not as bad as Mike. We all feel for Mike.
It's unfair.
Like what we do, subscribe to the channel, and we'll be back with the Would You Rather question.
What in the butt?
Would you rather on the butt? Kevin, go.
Would you rather be able to read minds, but you're truly illiterate, or would you just rather be able to have the ability to read?
ability to read in every language. Ability to
Just
read.
the ability
Nick,
to
just
read
fucking
overall.
read.
It's a
Just
fair
fucking read, Nick.
question. And
So
it's Kevin's question. Thank you for giving me the insight into
well, I
Kevin's
just yelling at you. Fine.
question. Kevin,
I'll sit back. What?
what's the stipulation? I couldn't hear over.
What the fuck is
Brandon.
a stipulation?
all language, all written forms of text, or just English, or whatever I can already
Just read.
just the ability to
read in
read.
general.
Fucking read, Nick.
Okay,
Yeah, just the ability to read.
All right, so
thank you for the clarification.
reading minds can't read, or just read.
Yeah.
Oh, this is tough. Because initially you're like, I don't think any of us here read books. We got some comic readers though. But
I've tried to recently make an effort to
that's right, you did
get
say that.
more into reading because it's
As would I. It's a great
key,
storytelling
it's pretty
entertainment
key,
method.
actually.
But I don't really do it on the regular. But then
Oh.
it's like, so you can't read.
at all.
So messages,
yep,
the internet,
yeah,
stories and games.
stories in general.
I don't know why, but the first thing I thought of was going out to eat, and you can't even read it.
I mean, just
Pine-
fucking give me a burger, man. All
Pine
right, I don't.
Clark's. You ever see 50 First Dates?
No.
I feel like you referenced that movie once a podcast.
It's a great movie.
What were
first
you
of
gonna
all.
say?
In it, to get the girl in one of the scenes, he fakes not knowing how to read. So he's like looking at the menu and he's like,
Yeah.
Pine Clark's for pancakes or whatever. And Drew Barrymore just feels so bad for him. And she sits next to him, blah, blah. Anyways.
Well, the
maybe
last time you
that's
were
what I
on, you talked
pictured.
about a walrus cock. because of
Yes,
that
exactly.
movie.
Yes. And that's also in the movie.
What?
He said during the domesticate animal episode, he's like, walruses have the second biggest wiener in the animal kingdom.
Out of
Okay.
mammals.
I got the first mammal wiener. It's big. And that's what he said verbatim. Word for
Completely
word.
butchered. But the idea was there, yes.
So this is the thing. Reading a mind, I feel like would be so fucking interesting
Nope.
It would.
for maybe a week and a half.
Nope.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be short-lived.
I think you would
You could
eventually
never
torture
have a
yourself.
relationship with somebody.
Exactly. But for like a week and a half,
Because
it
the
would be
first time, because eventually somebody thinks bad about you. I don't care how much they love you.
Oh,
Eventually
easy,
They think
yeah.
bad about you, and that one time you're gonna freak the fuck out.
What did you say? Say anything!
I'm trying to decide as like a rule for the mind reading thing. I'm not sure if it's going to be like a Professor X type deal where like if you're in a room full of people, all these
Oh, it's like
all these mind readings are just coming
Yeah.
to you, or if it's just like if you pick somebody.
it's gonna
out.
have to be you pick because
Yeah.
then there's like no bonus really
Yeah.
if it's like mental torture. But
Now
think
you learn to
harness your
harness the
ability.
force.
no, we're not in Star Wars.
I'm gonna
Force
go
push.
I'm gonna go ahead and
True
take a
force.
stance, an initial stance at least, on the side of not mind reading. Just because
See?
of all the practical things I would lose out on.
I meant that in yes as C, not like C.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It sounded like a C comma
Yeah, sorry.
argument here.
There are workarounds to
There
not
are
being able to
workarounds.
read.
I could have
Exactly.
Kevin read and I can read his mind.
Today's world is made for illiterate
It is.
folks.
It
Well,
really
that-
is.
That's what I was thinking. Like, just I don't know.
Dude, there's so much like text to speech stuff now
That's true too.
that it's like I'm trying to think of all my entertainment. All right, games. Not many.
How
I
do
could
you
avoid
navigate-
subtitled games, like what I'm talking about. I don't really need that. You just
but
listen
think-
and everything.
Just
Imagine getting items and you have no idea what they do.
think about like.
Oh dear.
All right, think about your like one of your good friends like introducing you to somebody new into the group, and like you find out like they didn't even tell you, but you just find out that they just can't read. It's like how do you look at that person?
That is true. Well, especially
It's
now in
like-
2017.
It's like, really? Like what? Can't read.
What does that
What
mean?
the fuck do you do?
I have
I read
super-
minds. All right, we got to get the fuck away from this kid.
The crazy shit is like reading minds. I'm not entirely sure how useful of an ability that
I think
I
you-
used to
is.
think it was the coolest thing when I was a little kid, and then I realized that is the shittiest fucking power ever, unless you're in like the CIA.
Yeah, but you could profit off of it, and I think
You could.
how?
You could profit
Such
off of any
shitty
superpower you could
superpower.
profit off of.
Such
Just
a
At the end
shitty
of the day,
superpower.
I've never
How would
cared.
you-
Stopping
how would you
time-
profit?
Stopping time is by far the best superpower.
I'd agree.
Yeah. But this is the thing: like most of these things, abilities, they all instantly go back to like superheroes and villains. So it's like if you could read minds, you'd almost and be illiterate. You have to be a villain. You'd have to be. Professor X could read, so he's chilling like a villain. Not literally,
Yeah.
metaphorically, Mike.
Yeah.
And no, there's like how you can't. I feel like you'd have to like make profit. Like You're listening to a guy. He's thinking about the bank code he's putting in. Turn the safe. Open up.
No, if
How did that ant get on my arm? It just full scale climb my
That's
body?
terrifying. We're recording outside in a distillery.
If you're gonna make profit off of it, you might as well just be a mind reader.
Dude, that's
it.
what's the Long Island fucking medium? My
Yeah,
ass.
yeah.
I'm gonna talk about Brandon, the bodacious bind reader.
No, aren't those like they're trying to tell you your
But
dead
imagine if you
relatives.
didn't know I could read your mind, and you're thinking right now, "Fuck you, Brandon."
I think that all the
what
time.
are you thinking?
You don't
Fuck,
need to read my mind to figure that
fuck
out.
Brandon? You really hate this Brandon guy, huh? Whoa. How did he know? See?
You can read it from my
No,
face.
like, it'd be more crazy.
Yeah, but would you really want to sit there all day with all these people coming in and
It could get fun by fucking with people. That's another element.
Maybe.
Well, yeah, because it's just like random ass shit. Like really fuck with people.
I think I'm picking minds.
Aside from the practicality issue, I've never cared what anyone has thought before.
yeah, that's
ever.
why I feel like it's sort of
So
useless.
even
for me.
having the power would be wasted on me.
I'm very interested.
It would be interesting, but it would be so short-lived that it wouldn't be worth it for me.
I think if I can control it and turn it off, I'm picking it.
If you can control it and turn it off, then yeah, of course
Well, because it was the whole thing. I zero in on you, I'm reading your mind.
It's fine. I'm thinking,
But
fuck
I don't have
Brandon.
to zero in on you all the time.
I feel bad for
Zeroing
whoever
on
tries
me.
to read my mind. It's just a cyclone
Yeah,
of
yeah.
thoughts just
Like,
twirling around.
I'm never thinking anything like that malicious or consistent in that respect at all. You know?
Hello, that was Michael. Not a mysterious ogre entering the room.
I wouldn't want anybody reading my mind.
I don't care.
Because I already killed you guys 60 times.
Oh my god. I'm picking the mind reading. I'll have some.
can
All
read
my
my
entertainment, I can almost get audio.
The audiobooks now, yeah.
Audioly. Yeah. See, audio.
Have fun playing
Google
Mass Effect
glasses.
when they tell you to go to planet Xmishkaf.
It's
You
just-
have no
I
idea.
can figure it out.
You'll just be picking planets at
Listen,
random.
you just got to follow the waypoints.
Planet Valve.
No, but you would never be able to get through one of those conversations.
I would just.
Your person
Hey.
would just be responding in a way that you had no
Like,
idea what you
you'd
picked.
have some dipshit sitting off to the left of you
Thank
reading
you.
it, and then you're reading their minds.
I've profited. I've profited enough off of being a supervillain. I'm gonna hire just
Consistent.
Someone to read
my
your
lad
content for
to
you.
read everything
A
to me.
slave?
Fair.
No, a lad.
I thought you were gonna
He's hiring him,
I thought
though.
you were gonna be the renegade of the slaves.
I am.
But he's hiring
Rise up.
him.
I'm gonna hire
There's a
one.
difference.
But
yeah.
and this is a lad. This is not a slave.
Lad?
So yes, a young lad.
It's a fucking Dutch boy.
So you guys are all gonna keep reading.
There's no motivation to read people's minds too. 'Cause I'm smarter than
I
everyone.
think it's the
Okay.
shittiest superpower, so I'm gonna pass.
All right, Kevin, you're reading.
Yeah, I'll read, I guess.
Fine. I'll read all your fuckers' minds and exploit all your
Have fun.
weaknesses.
Have fun.
I don't think about my
We're all gonna be
weaknesses.
talking shit about you.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, see, but now being in my presence, if I reveal to you my
Yeah,
superpower,
we could fuck with you.
but then you're wasting your whole day. I'm just gonna fuck with Brand, so I'm gonna
But, like,
concentrate on thinking.
I'm literally
This
not
is-
that petty.
This is like when I'm like, you know how, all right, reading minds, like, all right, you're just like, like maybe you like hear their voice in their head saying shit, but like, we can picture stuff in our minds. So does like mind reading come with that? You know
The
what I
ability
mean?
to
Like,
see an image. That
yeah, like an
somebody's
actual
thinking.
image. Like
That's a good point.
Huh.
I don't want to say what.
Yeah,
I'm
but you
about to
can't-
say
it-
just to like
Yeah.
disprove your point.
In your
But-
mind, you can't clearly see images, though.
Yes, you.
You can.
Yes,
Yeah.
you
No.
can.
I-
How
I
do
see
you
You
think-
fill
I see
in the
vivid
blanks,
images.
yes.
How do you think
Yeah.
art is made?
No, I don't believe it. You have like ideas of what the image is like, and your ideas are so strong that you could like visualize it in your head, but you don't actually see an image in your head.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't. I don't believe that for a second. You see, so right now you could think of
Yeah, I
fuck-
can
Yes.
think of Obama's face, and I see Obama's
Yeah.
face. Yeah,
yeah, but you're not like seeing it.
What do you mean?
but I see,
You're using-
I see my rendition of
Oh,
Obama's.
Yeah, but I'm
face.
saying
I think
yeah,
what
but
he's
I'm,
saying you're,
I'm picking that up through your rendition. Like I don't need the actual CD image.
I think
He just needs
what
the
he's trying to
idea.
say
Yeah.
is that the electrical signals are being bounced around and being interpreted into image, and he's picking
Yeah.
up those electrical
I'm
signals.
picking up all that stuff.
That's
Yeah,
like this is
so
he's
you'll
thinking of Obama.
yeah.
But nah, you'll see. a fucking weird cartoonish Obama in your head, because that's what I see.
I don't know why you think about Obama all the time.
I don't know why that's the first thing that came to my head, but like, it's more appropriate than what I wanted to say.
Thanks, Obama. That was a popular quote.
Yeah.
And thank you guys for watching our Would You Rather for the week. We'll be back with Kevin's Do You Know in a minute. Do you know how to dock, Nick?
I don't know how to do it. I know what the act is. I know what it is.
What?
If I'm correct, it's the act of two penises rubbing together in that sense. Am I correct?
To be fair, I learned this on Tosh.0.
Yeah, I think that's where I heard it.
But it's when one dick goes inside another dick that has foreskin.
Yes.
Oh, and I was incorrect.
And they dock together.
I was incorrect.
That
makes more sense.
That is the docking connection.
That makes more sense.
I learned it on Tosh.0 as well.
Yeah, I thought I heard that. I don't know where that was coming from.
Is that just your get out of jail free card?
That's personal
experience to that. It's not on Tosh.0.
Tosh.0. It's an easy scapegoat. Kevin, tell us an actual Do You Know.
Scapegoats. This is sort of a scapegoat for the Do You Know.
Oh.
Do you know?
The muffin
And I'm
man.
really just speaking to our group here when I ask this. Do
Yeah.
you know who would survive longest on a desert island?
Easy. Myself.
I'm going to say
Nick would be dead last.
I'm not going to put myself first. I'm definitely not going to put myself
I was
first.
gonna put Nick first.
No, we're dead last here.
I don't believe
We
so.
are not. You can't even possibly put us in the top two.
I'm putting myself
No,
top.
no way.
Wait,
You-
why not you? I want to hear why you said you.
I'm going to say why not me for the same reason I'm going to say why not Rosa. We both have hyperactive metabolisms and we would burn through resources quicker than we could gather them. And we would waste more energy in trying to gather resources than both you guys because we both weigh more than you guys as well. Those are my main arguments, honestly.
Think about, here's the deal. This is what I'm just going to throw out there
Go
for
ahead.
you. You're on a desert fucking island,
Easy.
stranded.
Hate coconuts, though.
Here's the deal.
Wait,
Real-
can we take a step back? I'm picturing like a desert type. I didn't realize
Deserted island.
deserted island.
Shit.
Thank you.
desert
You were quite...
I took
In
it
one
literally.
day, if a million people watch this,
That's
you were
my
the one
fault.
in a million that think of a fucking desert.
That's my fault.
No,
No,
I'm very
I
literal.
completely thought of... what did you think of, Mike?
I thought of like Castaway Island.
Yes,
See,
yes,
yeah, I
like a
didn't think-
tropical island, a
You
desert
could have
island.
just told me Ark, and I would have understood. No.
Um,
All right, that changes things. I was thinking a literal desert, sand,
No.
minimal water, cacti.
Nobody really survives.
That's what I mean.
yeah, no, that'd
But-
be awful.
yeah, so I didn't realize that. All right, deserted island. I'll put myself in the top two. I don't know if I'll put myself number one.
This changes everything. For
Changes everything.
Oh, what the
Changes
fuck?
everything. Well, because we're
If
gonna.
it was a desert, I'd put myself dead last because just kill me, all right? I'm not surviving in a desert.
The only reason I put Nick as like first is I think
Put
he
me as
has
first.
the most like outside the box kind of thinking when it comes to like shit like that.
I would hope so
Thanks,
as
buddy.
a scientist, but
fucking hate you.
I've watched Naked and Afraid. I'm
I
fine.
think I would do better than most of the people on Naked and Afraid. Honestly, I watch them and some of the stuff they do is
there's
so
no
dumb.
chance of them dying.
That's true too.
So
I want us to rank. We're each going to have to rank each other.
I'm
Well-
picturing.
Me naked.
No, I'm
Me
picturing-
naked.
I'm picturing Rosa
No, I'm naked
in
and
like
afraid.
just like a shit
like a garb that he
Well,
made.
he's standing with one foot up on a rock.
It's
with
only
his
one day has
fucking-
passed because he's like king of the island. Like, that's the only time he spent the whole time. Was
It's freaking-
Just creating his outfit.
Great.
Dude, I'd look
great.
damn good on that island.
Creating the image.
And now to fulfill our office shout out of the week when he goes into the,
Oh,
the woods.
I'll fashion my what's my pant leg into a hat of sorts.
Yeah. And he's like, it's getting a little cold now. And he fucking retapes it back on. Anywho, I think I would do very well.
No, but here's where I was going with my previous thought when
Yes.
I was
When I
so
was
you're-
king of the island.
before that even. You're dieting right now, right?
Yes.
So you're eating food. Imagine, and you hate this current diet that you're on.
74% of the time.
You look so small.
So imagine removing just everything from your diet.
No,
and
but
you're
see,
just getting
You're
by
eating
on
unripe
scraps.
mangoes.
I love fish.
You have to catch
I'll
a
fashion a spear and spear fish. Easy.
A
Easy.
tilapia.
I will.
Tilapia.
You know me, Mike. I love tilapia. Wow.
He'll be getting like fucking skimpiest like.
So that's where I'd probably die because I hate
Thank you.
fish.
You hate
my
fish?
foot.
Oh, that's
That
right.
was my foot.
So, I mean, I'd eat it.
Yeah, you do.
Right.
You got to survive, but you wouldn't be happy about it.
Listen, Police Camp, 2006.
World champion.
Daddy long leg spider on the table. Rosa, you gonna eat that for $10? Fuck yeah, I am. Eat a bug, nutrients.
Yeah,
I
I'm
ate
not against eating
several
bugs.
out of a lamp for free.
That sounds like an
Great
awful
job,
tale.
man.
You ate a daddy long leg?
Yeah, the legs got stuck in my teeth.
It's freaking putrid.
Dude.
You do what you got to survive, but I wouldn't do that for fun.
It was for $10
I did it
hairs.
for fun. I was very drunk.
Yeah,
That sounds filthy.
So I
I've-
did it for fun then.
I have a few questions to ask. If you had one item, what would you bring? Do you know how to check if something is poisonous or not?
No
if
idea.
you're rummaging through the forest or
Do
you've
you know
caught
how
a fish.
to ride a moss rock
No.
like the pioneer?
Yeah, that's what I figured you were talking about. Those are two.
Do you
One.
know how to go a day without vigorously masturbating in the shower?
I mean, you could do that all you want.
You held, yeah. You literally could do that all I want. I could do that all I wanted,
Not
but
when there's
too much
snapping turtles
resources.
around.
Yeah, you don't want to pull your dingling out for one of them things.
do you know how to speed along the ripening process
wait,
if you
hold
needed
on,
to?
hold on. Let's do the one item.
Sure. Let's take a step
What?
back.
Rosa, you go first.
One item, what?
One item to
Like
bring.
naked and afraid type style.
Oh no, I got to think about that. That's like, I
Okay.
feel like that's like
Okay,
a whole
we
nother
can- we can
topic.
revisit
just get
that.
put on the spot. We're not going to be like called out for it. Let's just be put on the spot.
Multi-tool.
What?
What
I'm
you-
multi-tool.
Like a-
Yeah,
like a
I know what
Swiss
you're.
Army knife?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what he's saying.
Like my Leatherman.
Those things are fucking useless.
When are you ever going to use
A
pliers?
screwdriver.
You would find a
screwdriver,
use.
right?
You're better off with a fucking dagger.
What is your item off the top of your head?
I don't know. Flint.
You're such a basic bitch. I'll
not
tell
bad.
you what.
No.
I was gonna pick Flint. I'm like, I'm not gonna be a basic bitch tonight because I'll let Mike be the
Respectable.
basic bitch tonight.
The Holy Bible.
Fire is like
No.
the number one
Hollowed
thing you
out.
need.
Inside, NASA blanket. Matches.
Second office shout out of the week.
No, I'll bring a fedora.
Dude, that NASA
Oak
blanket,
style.
though.
The what?
NASA blanket would be clutch.
Yes. Cold on the island at night.
What is a NASA blanket?
It's that, like, it looks
Thanks,
like
buddy.
foil, but it's one of the blankets that, like, the astronauts
Yeah,
use or whatever, apparently.
So it's like super insulated.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. I can appreciate
Nick.
Yeah,
that.
that'd be pretty cool.
I'm trying to debate between 2 and 4 because you're not top. Because your sleeping problem, you're super
That is
critical of your
yes.
sleeping, and this is a
Yeah.
huge downfall for you.
It
I'm
really
sorry.
is. No,
Yeah, but
you're
it's
right.
not
You're
like-
right.
No, but you're
I feel
sleeping
like I'm
on the fuck.
defending Nick like this whole time.
Yeah.
Like, but at the same time, it's just like you're. I mean, what
Yeah.
else are you gonna do?
You're on your
No,
own time.
Yeah, but it's already a big hang up for him, and
He is right.
it's like
He is right.
that's one more added layer to the misery you'll
stress
be in.
level.
I'm
Yeah.
telling right now, I probably wouldn't sleep either.
Yeah. Well, I don't
mean,
sleep
the
as
only
it is.
reason I put myself out for like number one
Yeah, I
is
barely
just because
sleep,
like there's like part of me that like feels like I would like want to like just go and do the shit, and then there's part of me that feels like I just go back out into the ocean and just say goodbye.
Just float off
Yeah,
it
like just
until the waves just
yeah.
bring you back to shore.
you know, just
See,
peacefully just ride off into the ocean.
I have
and
my
call it my day.
I have my order. You're number 2. Okay. Now I'm debating on
Who does number 2
work for.
Oh,
Now 3 and 4 is you two.
You're right with the sleep. That takes away a lot of my steam.
Now this is my thing. Nick's a scientist, but your sleep is huge for me.
It
in
really is.
deciding this.
No, I
Kevin's
agree.
indecisive though.
It would literally take me an entire 24 hours to create a shelter.
So that's why I think
I would just work too slow.
I'm putting Kevin as 4, Kevin.
That's fine.
Sorry, you're gonna be dead on the island.
I don't.
Nick is a 3.9. Mike is a 2. I'm the 1.
Why?
Mike, you got the pack of cigarettes in your pocket. First off, now you got to start dealing with the cigarettes being gone.
Oh,
You're battling that while you have to battle the island problems.
I don't
But
think
see,
cigarettes is a problem.
no, but
I'm
see,
stranded
yeah, I
in
get
the
that.
island.
But see, now I'm defending you on myself. I got my thyroid. I don't got my thyroid medication. Give me like 2 months on the island, my body will probably be pretty fucked up. I don't know what happens if I don't take my medication for a few months. We would see. But I think I'm the most prepared. I always wanted to be on Survivor as a young lad.
wanting and knowing are two different things.
Can't die in Survivor.
I don't sleep much. I never sleep good anyway. I'm fine with the
Yeah.
sleeps. My tough thing would probably be eating cantaloupe. No, not cantaloupe.
Mangoes.
Coconuts. Don't like that
Coconuts.
coconuts. I'd
One
have to
thing I
like
just thought of
coconuts.
too that would suck. Like, what if something like happened to my glass? Obviously, I wouldn't have a full stock of contacts on me. What if something happened to my
Yep,
glasses
see?
and I'm just blind as fuck on
That's-
this island?
That's
Well,
another
what-
thing.
Fair.
That's what I always thought. Like back in the day, like survival of the fittest kind of thing, like cavemen like era.
Yeah.
Like,
You
what if you got
didn't-
like cataracts and shit?
You
like,
didn't survive.
Oh, yeah, you're
Like,
done.
You're fucked.
That's nuts to think about.
Right?
Yeah.
I got my
spoiled.
bionic eyes, so I'm Gucci now, man.
How well do you see now? It's like totally crisp.
I have an appointment next week, but when I went for my 3-week follow up,
Yes.
I could see a middle finger.
You
I
see
was
it.
20/45 and 20/50 in my eyes, and then it was 20/20, 20/25. Science.
What is the third number? What?
He said both eyes specifically, 2020 and 2025.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you said 2025.
Yeah, he said it
2020,
fast.
2020.
It was fast.
Sorry.
Okay, yeah. I'm
Mike, what's your
losing my
order?
shit.
Who's top? Nick's top dog? No.
Nick doesn't have like. It bothers me now because you're not fucking surviving, but you have all the confidence here, which is bothering the shit out of me.
I have confidence.
You're gonna have fucking skin cancer by the time.
That's a huge thing. I
You're
would
right.
get sunburned, so that's why I would fashion a
Garb.
suit.
The flame breaker.
Mud is a
Flame breaker
prevalent of the sun.
to be covered in mud, and it is
the first day you're gonna. Like,
Oh, I'd be
you're gonna
torched.
look like somehow you're gonna grow a full beard by the first day.
Oh, that's the other thing. See, you grow facial hair like a madman. I'm fine.
What do you mean I keep warm?
Yeah,
No, yeah, but
he can
Then-
fashion.
And plus, I look fierce to the other animals on the island. I look fierce.
you don't look fierce.
Well,
I'm a big man. All right, on all fours, I look like a walking
you're
bear.
a big woman. You're a big woman.
I look like a walking bear.
Mike, what's your order?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Who?
Fair.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I can appreciate that.
Nick, what's your order?
My order. I'm gonna put Mike at number one.
Wow.
I'm putting Mike at number
No.
one. Mike just looks the most outdoorsy. I don't even need any other
Because
reason.
he's tan.
He's tan
He's
as
the
a
tannest
goatee.
of us all.
He looks
Real-
outdoorsy.
Real fact, I only set up a tent once in my entire life, and it was last year.
How
Mike,
many times?
I don't know if it's a compliment that you look the most outdoorsy.
That's
Well,
that's
I'd
not
like to
an
think
insult
I'm
in any way. Yeah.
homeless.
See, that's what I'm saying. Nick, what are you trying to say?
No, I'm saying like if I looked at all four of us and I had to say who has the most experience camping or fishing or doing those things, I would look at our group and I would say Mike, honestly. If I said who has the most experience with guns, I would say you.
That's scary to think about.
Fired a gat or two in my day.
We
But-
need to all go. That would be fucking awesome.
Yeah,
It would be
do,
fun.
Yeah,
Because we can. I mean, that's not like.
we can because of 7 letters. America.
But yeah, so outdoorsy. You look the most outdoorsy.
6 letters.
Thanks.
But not only that, you're more competent than Rosa, and you're more decisive than Kevin.
Wait, so am I 2?
No, I'm just talking
Oh, so
about
Mike's 1.
why he's number one. Number 2, I'm going to put myself. I'm going to put myself at a hard number 2. Soft number 2, rather. Because I know how to survive. The biggest principle is what Rosa brings up with the sleep and what Kevin brings up with our mutual eye handicap. So that's where I'm at now. Toss up between Kevin and Rosa. More so because I think we'd make it. I think we'd all safely make it at least a few months.
No, I think you're
I
giving
think
us
so.
all way too much credit. I think
I-
we would all be fucked in about a week.
I don't-
Yeah, we're talking
Well,
about the best of the evil
It all
here.
comes down to water.
That's
Yeah.
the biggest thing.
I mean,
food is easy enough to find. I feel not easy enough, obviously, but I think like
if you're willing, the food will be there.
I'm just saying we're giving ourselves a lot of credit because we're alone on an island by ourselves.
You don't like coconuts, so you're last automatically because that's water right there. That's like 98%.
Water. You would grow to like it, though.
You would have to. You'd have no choice.
He's stubborn as shit. So.
Fight it till he was dying.
Yeah.
I don't need it.
You can't like boil up the seawater, can you?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you
Eventually.
can. Nothing stopping you.
You can, but
it just takes a long
what are you gonna
time.
Boil it in?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
You
construct.
can fashion a clay basin, but even then, that's not like that good for cooking or
clay
boiling.
This is what I'm talking about, though. This is why, like,
No, he doesn't get to just talk the talk. He's got to walk the walk.
But he would think about doing
Yeah.
it.
If I needed a water receptacle, I would look for a body of water. I would dig 3 feet down, and I would try and let that dry in the sun. I would fashion it however I needed to, and I would go as I would have to go.
The only problem is, like, do you know what happens when you put that over fire, though? Does it melt?
See, that I don't know. That I honestly don't know.
It'd be trial and error.
Yeah.
That would be, but I'd at least have a water
'Cause, I
basin.
mean, doesn't clay have to be tempered for it to...
As I said, I don't know enough
Yeah.
about that process. I just know that I could make a clay basin of some sort and go from there. Even if
Make a clay dildo, too.
I could, yes. I could do anything.
Entertainment on the island. 3 and 4.
Don't act like we're not going to take it personally.
I know. And I don't want to just.
Rose is taking it.
I think everything.
The thing
personal,
is,
Nick.
every bone in my body automatically wants to put Rosa at 4, and I don't want him to think that that's what I'm doing. I want it to be
it
a
has to
real
be fair.
answer. Yeah, exactly.
I fared you.
That's what I'm saying. I want it to be. I want it to be.
I put you as 3.
I want it to be a true answer, which I'm trying to do, and I'm trying to have the fair reasons to do that. And that's why I'm saying if we go with the argument that I think we could all survive at least 2 months, then Rosa without medication, Rosa without medication is going to start to topple over.
Yeah, but I don't know if we're even going to get that far.
I think we can make it 60 days. If you could find even 2 meals a week, you'll survive 60 days as long as you have water.
Once you find out what you're going to
And heat.
cook it up in.
Yeah, but we're on an island. It's not going to get that
And I would have
cold.
no idea how to determine whether or
Nights
not
will get
a water
cold.
source is fresh
But
or
Bury yourself in sand.
contaminated.
If it's fresh, it's running. See?
Not always. Not
It's
always.
a freshwater stream.
It's called a freshwater stream. That doesn't mean that there's not loads of bacteria in it. Doesn't mean that there's loads of.
All right.
You can't just drink it and hope that you're
So
fine.
what was your order? Mike was number 1.
I'm put Mike number 1. Myself
Purely
number 2.
based on looks.
The island that I'm thinking of, there's not going to be like any pure water streams going.
Yeah,
around.
I'm thinking there might be still water ponds.
And who was 3 and 4? Who'd you decide on? Me and Kevin. Kevin, you're on deck.
I'm just gonna piece mine together.
Do either of you know how to fish?
I fished.
I've gone fishing.
Yes.
Do you know how to fish?
I wouldn't be able to
How do
create a
you-
rod.
How do you check for poison?
Check for
You
poison.
fucking eat it and then see if you
No,
get
it's
sick.
a fucking terrible idea. All right, Rose is number 4. Kevin's number 3. That's all I
Fine.
needed. I would like to share this because this is one of those rare like little
Well,
tidbits of fact.
now I'm trying to think about it. Now.
I'm too
For poison?
cautious though, so even if I had the
What if
slightest
you, like,
idea if this thing looked poisonous, I wouldn't eat it.
What if you like crush it up and rub like the oil on your skin?
That's the start. You're on the right path already. First thing you do, you know what? I'll just share it because we're on the path.
Mike
First-
looked at me with a look of wonder and amazement.
First,
right there.
first thing you do is rub it on yourself. Wait a few hours, see if there's any noticeable reaction. Then you rub it on your lips, see if there's any noticeable reaction. Wait a few hours, same deal. Chew it, spit it out, see if there's any noticeable reaction. Eat a small amount, see if there's any noticeable action. Increase the size until you're confident that it's not poisonous. So that was the start. That was the right way
So
to
if
do
something
it.
goes wrong, you just walk around with these giant ass puffy lips.
Well, that's why you start with a little bit, and you work your way up to more sensitive areas.
Kevin,
So-
what's your order?
Nick, because of what he just said,
Thank you.
We'd
He's
all be
making himself
dead.
sound good.
we'd all be dead.
You just eat the poisonous thing and take a chance.
I want to have confidence in myself.
Oh,
There you
Kevin
go.
number
With
2.
myself.
I'm with it.
Mike Rosa.
Fuck yeah. Michael?
He like whispered that.
Nick?
Me, Kevin Rosa.
Interesting.
He's so mad.
Let's see.
His eyebrow just twitched.
He's gonna put Me, for the first 4 spots.
Me, Nick.
You know why I'm doing this, right?
Why?
Probably because of the shower thing. He's just rubbing me wrong from earlier.
When I rubbed you? All right, so we actually have a tie. Nick and Mike would survive equally with a combined low point of 8 points.
So we kill each other.
Then it's
Why?
Kevin at 11
Opposing islands.
and me at 13. And that concludes the Foreplay podcast for this week. Episode 28. Wowzers.
Almost the 30 mark.
The big 30. We're hit the big 60 with subscribers. We need to grow that. You can go into the description of this video, please, if you're watching. Like all of our social media pages, we want to bump all the numbers up. You get all that at Foreplay Vids on social media. Our YouTube channel is youtube.com/foreplayvideo. We'll be back with episode 29 at some point in time in life. Bye-bye.
Bing bang.
Thank you guys for watching or listening.
Please subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/foreplayvideo.
If you like what we're doing, make sure to smash that like button.
Be sure to share all our videos with your friends so we could continue to grow. And we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.